stitch out, and then
All right, good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to our Sunday first hangout of October, Sunday, October 3rd. So I do have a couple of things I wanted to chat with you about today, but I only have like max 45 minutes because I have to leave by 10 because I have my first aid training today. So anyone who lives close to me, I'll be able to save your life. Good, right? No, I still can. My first aid is still good, but I need to renew. So a couple of things. So the first one was, to those of you that live here, thank you for coming to the live boot camp yesterday. We are hosting them the first Saturday of every month. So you can just block it off, 8 a.m., first Saturday of the month, and boot camp location will be determined. I know as the weather gets colder, we will be moving indoors, looking at renting some space inside to be able to do them. But while we can, we will take advantage of it being outside. Yesterday was absolutely amazing. The weather was perfect for it. We got nice and sweaty. And for all of my people who have told me so many times, oh, I can't do Zumba, I can't dance, everyone rocked it. So I did 3 Zumba songs. We did a warm-up Zumba song and then 3 Zumba songs in a stretch. So it was very, very nice. My heart was super happy after that. So there's that. Number 2 is this is Team Cup month. So hopefully everyone is on a Team Cup. The biggest thing with Team Cup, I have a real love-hate relationship with Team Cup. I'm just going to be honest, because I have often been on a team where one person just goes MIA. And then you're like, oh, really? Like, I wish I would have known that. Ashley, I would put it in the chat, like in the Empower Squad Coach Hub, because I think the last day to register is Tuesday. I feel like it's the 5th of October that you can register for it. So there's probably a few more teams that need one person. Or maybe there's a group of people that aren't even on a team that could use a team, right? So, or could make a team. So the reason that I do love Team Cup is because I feel like it just makes us focus more. And so like in my Team Cup group, there's 5 of us and we have a chat going and we'll start checking in every single day. So as the Team Cup captain, I have like a captain's guide. And then I'll post that information in our chat. But I just think it helps us strategize more. And it gives us that opportunity to connect more. It gives us that opportunity to bounce ideas off of each other more. Let's say we get to like the 20th of October and someone hasn't hit Success Club yet. Then we would look at putting together like a quick free group so that we can support one another on that. So it's just different ways of connecting. And I really think that it helps us step out of our comfort zone, which is what everyone needs, right? We need those challenges, we need those pushes in order to move forward in the business. Whatever speed we want to move forward in the business, and I'm assuming that because you're all on the call, you all want to move forward with the business, right? If someone isn't really invested, they're not going to come and hang out with us on a Sunday morning or even catch the recording. So it's just that opportunity to do that. I kind of like that they're only, from what I'm understanding, they're only doing 3 a year right now, which is awesome because they normally did one in August, like right after Summit. And I just felt like, oh my gosh, that's just too much to process. So I'm really happy that they've given us a bit of a break and are doing it in October. So there's that. And the next thing is on the weekend of October 15th, 16th, 17th, they are doing a Super Saturday or Super Weekend. It used to be called Super Saturday, and it's like Beachbody's local quarterly event. Maybe this is what I'm thinking is only happening 3 times. Team Cup was only ever twice, but it used to be in August. So now I'm happy that they moved it to October. But Super Weekend used to be quarterly, and that's right. It used to be right after Summit. We would come home and they would have like a Super Weekend. We're like, whoa, we were just at an event. Like our minds are blown. We're trying to process everything that we learned. So Super Weekend is the weekend of October 15th, 16th, and 17th. And normally what would happen, so for like Tanya, for you, for example, you might be in like a Kamloops group where, Kamloops Beachbody coaches. You're more than welcome to join the Vancouver Beachbody coaches group. Like, people can enter those groups. And then whatever city you're in or town you're in, they would normally plan a local event where there's like some speakers. It would be a local coach that would share, some of the strategies that are working for that coach, and just hearing from someone who's like right there that you can kind of touch is really empowering, right? Because then you're like, whoa, if they can do this, so can I. And then you all work out together, and there's like a video that corporate presents, some new announcements and things like that. Now, because of COVID, many places are not doing them in person, but you can apply to host a super weekend. So yesterday I applied to host a Vancouver super weekend, anticipating that I would have maybe 15 coaches come to my house. We won't do the workout together because I live in a townhouse. Like, I can't have 15 people inside working out together. That would just be too much. And we're going to do it on the Friday evenings because everyone has things on the Saturdays and Sundays. So we're going to do it on the Friday evening and just get together, have some snacks, and watch the presentation from corporate. They will send me all of the information so that I can present it at the super weekend. So what I would encourage you to do, so like, I don't know, Jazz, if you have like where you are, if you have a local group or some local coaches that you could connect with and you guys could actually get together for it. But wherever you are, I mean, even you, Chandel, you have so many people that you're working out with, like you could host a little mini event where you can then apply, and you can choose the day. Like, you just fill out a form. And in the process of filling out the form, it says that you need an actual link to complete the registration. So what I quickly did was whipped up a Google form that had 3 questions. It was like, your name, are you bringing a guest, and are you willing to bring an appetizer to share? That was it. Like 3 questions on my Google form. I sent it to all the Vancouver coaches. I was like, here it is. And then I just used that link in my application process for my to host the super weekend. So I would really encourage people to do that. I do think they will have virtual. I don't know if it will be at a specific time, but because we're allowed to get together now a little more, people are welcome to apply to host them. Okay. So that was that one. And then the last thing I just wanted to quickly say is that Clarissa has been giving some pretty tough love in the freshman free to be chat. And it's not meant to be like, it's more just like the reminders of, why are you here? Why are you doing this? And so what I did is, we've got this accountability chat on WhatsApp that if anyone wants to be in, you're more than welcome to be in it. All it is, it's not a place to ask questions. It's not a place to share, oh, I'm going to hop in the fit gym and do my workout right now. Nope, that's not where you do that. It is simply a place to share at the end of the day, or once you've finished your vitals. That's all it is some place for us to hold each other accountable to the vital behaviors, right? So if you are really looking to move forward in your business, I suggest joining the chat. I can share the link for the WhatsApp chat. And all it is like people saying, okay, I sent 25 invites. I got my vitals done. And I will share on the days like yesterday, Friday and yesterday, I didn't get anything done. And today I probably won't either. I'll sit around 55% on the tracker, because Fridays are a gong show for me and I'm exhausted when I get home. Yesterday I hosted the workout. I came home, did my Saturday business stuff. Then my son had soccer. Then we had to go to the mall. Then by the time I got home, it was 9 o'clock last night. So there's nothing in there that, I shared in my stories, and I did my workout, and I had my Shakeology. But in terms of my commitment to myself, realistically is 4+ power hours per week, because I can handle that. I can manage to find 4 days where I am committed to doing the tracker 100%. And then the other 3 days, I will give myself some grace, in the sense that, yes, I will still do my workout. I still follow my meal plan. I will still try and check in, like answer questions from coaches and clients. I will still try and do a little bit on my social media, but I'm not going to kill myself just because my time is so limited. So if you want to be in the accountability chat, you're more than welcome to. There is some tough love coming your way because Clarissa and I are both at the point where we're like, okay, we have enough people and we have enough runners on this team. You guys got to do it. You got to like show up, and because now we're relying on you, right? In order for me to open my second business center, in order for her to open her second business center, we're relying on you. And so we're just looking at other options of ways that we can help you stay committed to your goals. So that's where that's coming from. And I just thought I would elaborate that a little bit. So I'm done talking. I took a whole 11 minutes of talking. So anybody have questions, anything you want to share, anything you want to ask? How's everybody doing? And remember, you don't all talk. Thoughts?
I like the accountability group that we have going. And also I wanted to mention that, I don't know if anybody else caught on Team Uproar page, that they're also kicking off another group to push to diamond, or if you are diamond, then 1-star diamond. So that's just another way to keep yourself accountable. And Angie always has really good things to say. If you like her style or whatever, I really like her style of like how she does push. I like when Clarissa gives like hard, I like that tough love because it keeps me going and remember that like this is my goal and my life that I'm doing this for. So I think it's really good to have tough love. That's just my learning style. Yeah, what was that I was gonna say? I can't remember what else I was gonna say, but it looked like you guys had a lot of fun yesterday working out.
Yeah, it was super fun. I was just only a little bummed because the stereo I borrowed from work is a bigger stereo, so we could have had bigger sound.
That's
and
nice.
It wouldn't hold a charge, so I
Oh,
was frustrated about that, but that's okay. It all worked out in the end and we had a great time. So I agree, the Angie group, some people can handle that and some people can't, so you have to know yourself well enough to know if that's something that will work for you. She is #1 in the company right now, so she's doing something right, and so obviously she's wanting to pass that on to everyone else. And it was really interesting yesterday. I can't remember where I saw it. I think Clarissa had the Daily Grind playing, and she said something about someone asked her when she did her last reel, and she said, oh, I don't know, like 2 months ago.
she's
And
not a real.
she's at Success Club 100. Like she said, so if you're just focused on that, your focus is in the wrong place. So I really liked that she was like, oh yeah, because I think so many of us are like get stuck on the newest thing on Instagram and the newest whatever it is, and just keep sharing your story however that works for you. And if you want to throw in an occasional reel, throw in an occasional reel, and if the reels don't work for you, then don't do them, right? Like it's just about keeping going and building on that momentum. So I really like tough love. I also like the tough love reminders because it's coming from a place of love. And this is one of the things that I was talking about to Clarissa about yesterday, was the fact that I think because we're now like, what, 1.5 years into COVID, there isn't a ton of FOMO because there hasn't been events, there hasn't been travel, there hasn't been the chance to be together. And so much of this business for me is that, right? So now like watching the leadership stories and leadership actually being able to happen, I sure hope that some of you are on following some of those coaches and watching their stories, because it's unbelievable. I went to, my NLC was virtual because mine was last January. So I didn't get to go to Vegas, but I went with Clarissa for her NLC. And we've been on every Success Club trip and every possible summit. And it's totally surreal. Like, even if you're just working for those travel opportunities right now, because they're coming, right? Like summit is going to happen this year in next summer. And the Success Club trip is going to happen on spring break. And I don't think that people realize, like, you can go, you're going to be invited to go, but you got to hit Success Club. Like, that's it. They pay for everything. Like we have to fly ourselves there, but you are literally like wined and dined beyond your what you can believe. The place that we stayed at in Mexico was insane. It was absolutely insane. Like I can't even put into words how magical those trips are. And I think now that we'll get back into them, like the FOMO will start coming back because it's been hard, right? It's been hard to, I was talking to even my Zumba instructor friends, right? I teach on Zoom. I'm tired of teaching on Zoom. Yesterday to be able to teach like and have people there and hear them and like know that if I could reach out and they were right there instead of like, yeah, thumbs up through my computer screen or like a heart through my, as I love it, I'm grateful for it, but it's so much of that has been like heavy, right? It's, you want that connection with other people and those events are how you make it happen. So, so work for the events, work for that unknown right now, because you will get invited to that Success Club trip and it will blow your mind, 100% blow your mind. I still remember going on my first one and I thought it was going to be like Summit, right? Because Summit is 2.5 days of like, go, 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 where you're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working out with the trainers in sessions all day long. Then there's events in the evenings. Like you need a vacation after Summit because it's so intense. So when we went on our first Success Club trip, I thought that that's what it was going to be like. Oh no. They had a workout. They had a Shakeology bar waiting for you after your workout. Then there were like lounge chairs and you could sign up for a massage and you could go on an excursion. And then there was an evening gathering and it was like, holy cow, what is this? Right? So I can't wait. I cannot wait to go in March. It's going to be, I'm positive when I get off the plane, I'm going to start crying and be like, oh my God, we're here. You know, so it's, but you have to work for, you have to hit Success Club because it's the only way to get invited off on the trip. So, okay, enough. Who's next? Come on, Margot, I see it. Just go for it. She's like shaking her head.
I don't know. I'll throw in what I mentioned to you guys yesterday, which seemed to work well for me so far this week. We'll see. Is now that we are opening up a little bit, I spoke at just a little luncheon. It was through, get yourselves out there into networking groups on Facebook or whatever it is, like outside of Beachbody stuff, like Canadian Women in Business or whatever. There's a shit ton of them out there. Find ones that make sense, but get yourselves in those groups, start to make connections in there. There'll be a bunch of random people posting maybe stuff, you know, selling Epicure or this or that or the other, but just get to know people through there. But then possibly you could do what I just did this week is I connected with one woman. Her and I really clicked and she came to my work and I showed her around and she loved the neuroscience and neuromotion physio and all that stuff. So we created a connection. Then she wanted me to speak at one of her luncheons and there was only 8 women there, but I did a little, you know, my story about fitness and how fitness and health is really the foundation of everything in your life. Like whether you own a business and it's a bakery or a health food store or a gym or whatever, you have to be healthy. Even if you have your own home-based business, you have to be healthy to do it, to make your money doing whatever else it is that you like to do. So fitness and health should be your foundation of everything. Anyway, I spoke there and so far she has signed up as a customer and we're going to call it Divine. I was just talking to her before I came on with you. We're going to create a little bod group called Divine Wellness because the name of her TV channel is Divine TV. And so it's going to be Divine Wellness. And I think so far there's 3 of us going in there. And so I'll just create a new little bod group for them. And just talk in there and congratulate and cheer them on, just like I'm doing in my other bod group. But maybe start getting out a bit if you can in your area and physically connect with people. and then start to grow it that way too. It's a little bit more time consuming, but once you do it, once you get out there once, you can reach 3 or 4 or 5 people at the same time, as opposed to trying to connect. And another thing that I do that has worked more for me than texting people is either voice messaging, I've said this before, or video messaging, as opposed, and plus the message is short, it's only less than a minute, but you can get a lot more words out or visual that way, and it's just more connection that I've found.
Yeah, and I love that. And the thing about connecting in that way too is they're not going to have the same reservations, right? You're a real human. They can feel your energy. They know that what you're sharing with them is 100% true. And, you know, so it's just, you're not going to have the people that you send the share cards to that don't fill them out. They're going to sign out right away, complete their purchase, because they trust you. They trust the process.
So I created sort of, and do this with groups that you know, just create you probably can't see that, but it says Divine Wellness and Fitness Team. So I just went into the bod group and created, and what I do is I get to this part and I just do a screenshot and then I edit it. And this is just to show people what I'm talking about so they can see, oh, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about creating a bod group for Canadian women in business, or whatever group you're part of, you know, Pets of America, or whatever, Pets of America Fit Club, or whatever. But you can visually show them that, you know, what you could do for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Love that. Anyone else?
Sorry, one more thing. Are all the challenge packs on sale again?
Yeah.
For this month?
Yeah.
So they're all like 186 or, okay.
Everything over 150 is $20 off. Right, so you couldn't do the normal just bod challenge pack that sits at $140 US and get it for 120. It has to be over 150.
One thing that I do with that too, just so you guys know, is I always recommend personally the 80-day obsession kit, just because it comes with more stuff. And if you just if everything's on sale, it will take forever for people to decide what they want to get. At least that's what's happened to me. So personally, I always advise maybe 80-day obsession or MBF, because it comes with indoor skipping ropes, or 645 because it comes with those bigger bands. But just maybe show them 3 options and leave it at that and let them pick one. Otherwise they'll take forever to decide.
Yeah, 100%. And I always choose the one that has like the best value, right? Because you want them to. I really like the loops from 645 so much better than the 80-day obsession ones. So I would probably lean more towards that, because my 80-day obsession ones kind of always snap and they tend to roll up. And I think if you're a guy, they're really uncomfortable in leg hair. So yeah, so I would recommend the 645 ones for that reason alone. So yeah.
Do we know when 645 is going full access yet?
October 19th.
Cool.
Oh, I just made your day.
I want to do it so bad, but I just don't want to pay for another early access, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, no, it's October 19th. So, have any of you had any success talking about the bikes?
I am not even going to buy a bike, so I'm having a hard time buying it, like talking about it, because you know they loop you in with you can make a $28 payment a month, and my credit approval did not come back great, and I have a hospital bill to care about, so the bike has to wait. But I mean, people sound like it's cool, but no, like hook, line, and sinkers.
I would still talk about it even if you're not planning on getting it. I'm sending the message to people because the number of people that I've had reply back and say, oh, I wish I would have known about this sooner. I just bought a bike.
Yeah, one
right?
of my
And you
neighbors got a
don't
Peloton
want,
the week before.
right? Yeah, you don't want that. You want to get to people before, even if you're not ready to get a bike, right?
Okay.
So there are so many people out there that will finance for $28 a month, that will do anything, that will say they can't afford a $160 challenge pack, but will get a bike. So just remember that when you're sending out messages, like if it's someone, let's say someone in your story who's regularly working out anyway, let them know that there's bikes, because you can, the volume alone that you can get from them getting the bike, plus then them having the body subscription, is insane. So you want to put that out there. So I do keep messaging about the bike, even my Canadian friends messaging about the bike, because as soon as it's available in December, like I want, of course, people will probably be like, oh, Christmas, I'm like, buy yourself a Christmas present. You know, so, and I'm hoping like that we can get financing too in Canada, so that it would be a little more than the $28 a month, but it would be nice if we could.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what it might be for Canada, like for the bike, like per
I
month
feel like I heard like 1,600 or 1,700.
for the bike?
They do a mini credit review, and that's where they decide what your APR is and all that. So it's going to be different person to person. So like, because my surgery and I ended up having to put a few things on credit card, like my debt to income ratio isn't as good as it usually is. And so that's why I didn't get a very good approval. And I know that. So I'm just going to wait until I change that flux again.
Yeah. Yeah, it does say on it, available based on, I think, credit approval or credit, whatever it is. So yeah, they will, if you are financing it, they will do a credit check on you to make sure that.
Which makes sense, because that's just how things work. So it's not like it's surprising, and people would rather do that, or they'll pay the upfront. But either way, if they're playing for a different bike, they're gonna have to pay more money. So
exactly,
they'll at least try it out.
I still think that even $1,600 is really good, considering those Peloton bikes and any of the other bikes that are out there are like probably well over 2,500, 3,000.
I think Peloton in Canada is closer to $4,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
Wow. See, so I didn't even know that. I knew it was expensive,
the mixed bike
but
is better quality than Peloton. Like mixed bike is actually meant for gym use, so it's going to be that much sturdier and take a beating, whereas Peloton is not.
And I like the fact too that, like you were saying, I don't know how it's going to work in Canada, obviously, yet, but in the States, they're coming to people's homes and actually putting them together, which for me, that's huge. I wouldn't even know where to start. And I'm the one that usually puts all the toys together for the kids, right? But I would not even know where to begin with that.
Yeah, they're calling it like a white glove service or something like that.
Well, Peloton brings it to you already assembled.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because I was the sucker who got a Peloton last year because I didn't know Beachbody was getting bikes.
Oh.
Well, you'll still be.
Now I'm really upset. I'm like, who's gonna buy my Peloton? I want the next bike.
I bet you could get a pretty penny for if you did put it on Facebook Marketplace, because
I bet you somebody will pay money.
Do you think it would sell? Like, I haven't used it that much because I honestly
probably
don't like. I'm a big I love going to spin class, and I thought this was going to give me that, and it didn't give me that feeling. So I've used it a few times, so it's fairly new. But I'd way rather have the mixed bike than the Peloton bike.
I bet bike is exciting. I bet you people will be able to sell their Pelotons for about the price of at least the price of our mixed bike. Yeah. And then just be able to take that money and pop it up. No, don't poop, but pop it on and pop it onto the mixed bike. So it's going to cost you nothing. I bet you any money, because people will still be diehard Peloton people.
It'll be cheaper than the $170 a month I'm paying for this right now. So.
Whoa.
Yeah. I know, Debbie's crazy. I know.
Whoa. That's a lot. That's like almost like an F45 membership.
Right.
I think F45 is like $250 a month. Can you imagine? That's insane.
It's crazy. And then you pay the monthly fee for the classes, right?
Yeah.
What's the monthly fee on those classes?
Which ones? Peloton?
Yeah.
The Peloton is
40, right?
55 a month, but then you can have unlimited subscribers on it. So I've signed up and I pay the 55, and then my husband's got one, and then my son's got one, but then they don't pay for theirs.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's-
Wow, we're gonna be way less than that.
I know.
That's good. That's good to know. I'm still waiting for Kelly to Shayna R. Kelly, because she got a bike. So she said she's willing to do like a Zoom for us when her bike arrives, so that she can show us like kind of the ins and outs and how much space it's taken and how easy it is to use I just think it'd be really cool to hear her like experience from start to finish. So she said as soon as she has it, she'll let me know. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm hoping that, I mean, it's all great to have our professional looking ads and stuff, which we will have, but I would love to have actual people on our team who have one and do a little video of themselves on it so that we can steal that and use it for our social media. I think that'd be great.
I know, 100%. It's so awesome.
Will we be able to use that on our social media, our own social media, like when she does post?
I don't know. I could maybe get her to do like a little just rundown video of it. So
I would assume she would. She's technically a coach too.
yeah. So
I love that you called her R. Kelly.
It is R. Kelly.
I know.
100% she is R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you guys now, 75 hard sucks. I'm like hitting a wall this last week. So I've been taking it so easy the last 2 days that I'm like, I feel good. On to week 3. Well, I guess week 4. So
I still can't believe Andressa got to like day 38 or something, and then restart it. I don't know.
I know the boys are like so motivating for me. I didn't have my Shakeology, not yesterday, but the day before. And they're like, do you have to restart? And I was like, no, that's not part of it. They're like, oh, thank God. And I'm like, I love, like, they're awesome. Like, but they like it too, because like our outdoor workout, we walk down to the park, I walk laps, they play soccer. So yeah.
I think that there are 2 things that have me like I have a mental block with about doing like the full 75. So I'm definitely doing the 30 hard-ish. But for the full 75, it's the 45-minute second workout. That one, like, I don't want it. And then no days off. Like, you don't get
so yesterday I did I feel ya, because you've seen in the chat, I have now done my outdoor workout in the pouring down rain, and it sucks, but like I just do it. And by the time you're 5-10 minutes into it and you're soaking wet, you're like, well, I'm already soaking wet, I should finish. So the no days off, because it doesn't have to be strenuous, it just needs to be something. So like yesterday we went for the walk, and then I did the 2 longest freestyle flow revibes that I could find to just do yoga. Like, I'm doing more yoga now than ever before, but I mean, even 2 outdoor walks counts. It just has to be active. I listened on my walk yesterday, even though I'm into it and I already know the principles, I listened to his podcast about 75 hard and like how it came about and everything. It's there's flexibility. You can't compromise on, oh, well, I can have a spoonful of peanut butter because it's healthy. It's not good to do a spoonful, but he's like, I don't care if you walk, I don't care if you run, I don't care if you do CrossFit, I don't care if you're a bodybuilder. If you walk both your workouts, you're still being active. So it's not a matter of being like hardcore and intense. It's a matter of just being active. And that's the way I always look at it. Like, I've seen people that will go outside and foam roll for 45 minutes because that is being active, and it depending on how deep you're going, it gets your heart rate up. So it's hard to get past the not being like, I'm gonna go hard, because it's not meant to be. It's just whatever you can do it, just no excuses. And I love that mentality. I hate excuses.
Yeah, so that's been it's that one, it's the second workout, and it's the like 0 treats. or cheese. Like,
Yeah.
so then I'm like thinking about it. I'm going to a Soyuz this weekend with my parents. My mom will have wine, and am I willing to give up having a couple glasses of wine with my mom? Like, I don't know if I am. So it's, for me, it's that like, so the 30 hard-ish is better suited for me for sure. I think I could do 75 hard if I started like January 1st. Because I think it would like take me through until like spring break, and then I would be fine. But it's that whole.
I'm definitely not. My last day is 2 days after Thanksgiving, and you can make Thanksgiving healthy. There's turkey. I could do mashed sweet potatoes. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like pie and ice cream and all the other stuff, and I'm like, I can't restart, because if I restart, I'm not missing out on Christmas. I'm already missing out on Thanksgiving. I'm not missing out on Christmas trees. Like, that's not happening. But I did decide I am going to book myself a spa day the day after I finish as my reward to myself, instead of like going and shoving pizza down my throat.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
And mimosas. There will be mimosas.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. It's nice to see you, Sergaline. I haven't seen you live. I've seen your tulips, but we get to see
I'm here, just running around like a cat with no head.
like a
But I'm
mama
here.
of two, right? With a
Yep,
bunch on the go.
I'm here, I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm learning.
Yeah, you and Shayna win for me when it comes to dance parties. Shayna on the counter and you with your songs and your moves. I'm always like, yeah. I get messages from people all the time. Who are those two? Like my BFFs, that's who they are.
Well, like, I cut men's hair for a living, and so some of my clients are on my Facebook, and I was like, well, I started working out again, and they're like, yeah, I know, I see you dancing on the counter, but I can't like it in case my wife sees it.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
stripping. Like, try to keep it very family friendly.
Ooh,
I know, like, if that's where we're going, mama needs some extra money to get that mix bike.
That's right. 100%. I like that. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
I get questions about Shayna too. Like, is she really dancing on her kitchen counter? I was like, she sure is.
I sure am. And I wipe it down before we cook later.
Yes, because that's what we do.
Okay, let's do a quick picture while I've got some sunshiny, smiley faces here. Oh, MJ is there. Yay. Thank you. That's awesome. Anyone else have any questions or? Ash, I saw you put your thing in the freshman free to be. Make sure you put it in Power Squad Coach Hub too, though. Okay. Yeah.
I was wondering what program you guys used to make the little slides that you made for like 30-day hard-ish and stuff.
Usually Canva.
Canva? Okay.
Yeah. And Canva is free. So you can find all sorts of templates, and some of the stuff is like I have the paid version of it, but it'll show you on it if it's got a little crown, it says pro. But there's so much stuff in there that's free. So
Perfect.
I like Canva. I get my students to all have Canva accounts so they can do online presentations instead of everything by hand when the Wi-Fi cooperates.
Instead of the good old trusty PowerPoint presentations.
Yeah, PowerPoint has lost its power.
It's up for
Right?
retirement.
Yeah, Canva is much more fun with all of the animations and music and things like that. So yeah, I like it.
They actually advertise it on TV now.
For Canva,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. So it is becoming quite popular, more than PowerPoint ever was. Oh, I do remember that in school.
Yeah, PowerPoint presentation.
Oh,
well,
my
my PowerPoint
goodness.
presentation. Okay.
Man, I put some hours into my PowerPoint presentations. They were pretty legit, okay?
Oh yeah. No, they can be for sure. I just have
It took
Fireworks.
hours to put those together.
I know Ashley watches, but like do you guys watch The Office and they're talking about a PowerPoint presentation? He's like, PowerPoint, PowerPoint, PowerPoint. Like,
Oh, that's our PowerPoint.
you have to watch The Office to get it. It's freaking hilarious.
I'm in the process of Ted Lasso.
I am suckered into Married at First Sight. It's so stupid. I'm like, all right, if I lose hope here soon, I'm going on that show.
Yeah, if it's on like regular TV, I don't have cable, so
Me either.
I just do Netflix and Prime and Disney. So,
So you guys,
Okay.
as I'm talking to you, I'm just looking at Carl Deichler's posts on Instagram. You might want to look at that and just take a couple of screenshots of everybody on their spin bikes. I just did that, and I might post it on my stories or something. Just take screenshots of it.
What was the
He
name?
obviously
On
Carl,
Carl's.
just Carl Deichler's Instagram page.
Okay.
He just is posting this right now. So I just did a couple of screenshots, and I'll share it maybe. So just so
But
you
it's
know.
all of them at leadership.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're talking
Did
about
you guys
job.
see that Emily Favre is going to be on Autumn's next cast?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
so cool.
Oh, that's another thing, the Autumn thing. Did you guys hear? So Autumn's next program in March is going to be more about gut health. And I think that for me anyways, I'm hoping that will be big for people that I talk to, because gut health is a huge issue for women going through menopause and all that wonderful stuff.
I think gut health is a huge issue for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they don't like I think when I think of gut health, I think of my mom, who won't give Shakeology a chance because it gives her gas. That's what she tells me. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, because your insides are destroyed. And so you need to like literally quarter scoop it for like, I don't know, a good solid month, and then half scoop it for another month. And then you can maybe go up to a full scoop after that. But your system is like, whoa, you're actually putting something good in me. And it's not like my parents, they don't eat fast food, but they just don't know how to eat, right? It's not, there's no balance with it. And my mom has diverticulitis, and my mom has irritable bowel, and my mom has, like all these things. I'm like, Shakeology would help, but you didn't even give it a chance. So that's a whole other struggle.
Oh, I talked to someone this morning, and he said, I don't even know the last time I ate a vegetable. And I was like, how do you not know the last time you ate a vegetable? I do know he does drink Shakeology. I'm like, well, thank God that you at least get that, because I ate vegetables 12 hours ago. Like, how do you not know?
Wow. He should be also having power greens. If he doesn't do vegetables, he should be putting the power greens in his shake.
Yeah. And I'll tell him, because we became friends through Toyota stuff, and then he posted once about doing Lift 4, and I was like, you do Beachbody too? So he's been a Beachbodyer.
Yeah. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna have to sign off because I have to go get ready for first aid. So wish me luck. It's a long 8-hour day. So.
Have a fabulous Sunday.
Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See you in the morning.